Hello everyone, welcome back to another 2v2 Warhammer battle. This is on the medium funds, but not medium-sized units, thankfully. We have two dwarves here versus Norska and Chaos, so kind of a thematic battle, I guess. For my army here, first we have a front line of the dwarf warriors, including one longbeard. I should say that again. Two dwarf warriors flanking a longbeard. Behind those we have two dwarf warriors with great weapons here and here, because I assume there would be some armor coming from the Chaos, and in fact there definitely is. But since we're on medium funds, I'm going to do the Dwarf Warriors instead of the Longbeards, because we don't have that much money to play around with. Specifically because I wanted to grab two Iron Drakes with Trollhammer torpedoes, because if, one Mammoth could cause Dwarves a lot of problems. So I wanted to make sure that we had an anti-Mammoth units here. So we got two of those. Then we have the Dragonback Slayers, normal Slayers, and then a group of Miners with blasting charges. Did I mention that we were being led by a Dwarf Lord? We're being led by a Dwarf Lord with the Fire Ring, because I love the Fire Ring. It's a great item. My allies being led by a Rune Lord. Their front line consists of Dwarf Warriors, three of them, including the renowned unit, the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. Then behind those, we had a secondary line of the Norgriming's Ironbreakers, which are now kind of becoming the front line. We also have the Ekron Miners, and then a Miners with Blasting Charges. Then behind those, we have the Grumbling Guard, and then Dwarf Warriors with great weapons. And in the very back, the Dragonback Slayers. So they are an all melee force, which is cool, and you don't see that often. For Chaos, which is coming towards us, we have a leader of Kolek with some puppies. Actually, the rest of these are Norska. Kolek with puppies. Then over here we have three Chaos Warriors with great weapons, three Chaos Marauders with great weapons, and a Fire Sorcerer. Then Norska brought Throg, a Skinwolf Werekin, and then three Skinwolves, including the Mauls of Savagery. And I think the others are just normal Skinwolves. Yeah, so three Skinwolves, two of which normal, one of Mauls of Savagery. Then we also have two of the Norskan Ice Trolls, and as I said, being led by Throg, and that is their army. A lot of anti-large with all these Skinwolves and the Skinwolf Werekin, considering that they're going to be facing off against two dwarf players. But seeing all of these large creatures coming over here, I immediately start moving my two Iron Drakes over here, including my two Slayers. Meanwhile, I'm going to try and get into a flanking position, because you can see that Chaos is going right over here, so I kind of want to hit them from the side. I want to try and bunch them up so that we can make use of our Miners over here and the Fire Ring of Throngi to try and get as much damage to that as we can. You can see here the Dragonback Slayers have intercepted the Chaos Warhounds. Now the Wolves are going to start coming in here. All three of them, including the Skinwolf Werekin. So the Dragonback Slayers, like, yeah, bring it on. They are anti-large. They love this shit. Meanwhile, the Norgriming Ironbreakers is going to support them with some staff charges, but that also kind of hurts the Dragonback Slayers as well. But they do at least have fire resistance, so that's something, I guess. Meanwhile, Kolek was going like bloop, but now they're going to go back over here like bloop. Just now getting my Iron Drakes into range, we're going to start firing into this clump of Skinwolves, and then we're going to immediately change our target to Kolek. He is our big target. We want to shut him down if possible. Meanwhile, we're going to try and keep our Slayers nearby, our two Iron Drakes, to run interception on very fast units, which they do have a couple. Over here, we are trying to bunch up Chaos with one of our Dwarf Warriors and the Dwarf Warrior with great weapons. Pulling back the Dwarf Lord to try and get a nice ring of fire ring into there. Going to get some more Dwarf Warriors over here, and we're pulling our Miners over here to try and start throwing blast charges into the center. And we have reserves over here. You can see Kolek is disengaging after getting a salvo of Iron Drake fire. Now they're going to pull over here and get into our Miners over here. I think I did one more round of fire into Throg and his Skinwolf allies there. Some of them are routing now because they're fighting against Slayers, which is not what they wanted to fight it at all. There goes the firing of Throngi. Did some damage, but honestly I could have placed that better. Probably should place some more over here. But anyway, again, there we go. Kolek is over there. We're chasing with our Iron Drakes. Going to run our we ran our Dragonback Slayers in here to support this fight with our ally. Meanwhile, our allies running over here to support me against the Chaos front line. We're going to actually disengage, I believe, our Slayers. We ran our second group in here, but we're going to disengage because now I can see that the Chaos Chariot is going around, and I'm guessing their target is to try and go over here, because why wouldn't you want to shut these things down, including Kolek Sun Eater. Going to try and run interference with these Longbeards. Meanwhile, the Dwarf Lord should be like right here. Oh, there you go. Yeah, he's right there. He's running into combat against these Chaos Warriors. And as I said, we were pulling out our Slayers. We're going to let our ally deal with what's going on over here. We have his Rune Lord and his Norgriming Ironbreakers just kind of dealing with Throg and what remains of these Skinwolf Werekins. The Ice Trolls have already taken a massive amount of damage against Slayers, so you can see they're over there. The Ekron Miners getting a lot of good staff charges into this very clumped up Chaos Infantry. This is exactly what we wanted. We wanted them to be clumped up in basically a killing field. Over here, the Chaos Chariots are trying to find an avenue of attack, and they get around our Longbeards here, but we do get a nice salvo into the Chaos Chariot. Just in time to get our Slayers over here. Our other Slayers are going to be going over here. They will get a charge through our Iron Drakes, but they're going to get pounded in the face with a bunch of anti-large fire, or armor-piercing fire here. And you can see their health is just going to drop rapidly, because we're going to close in them with both Slayers and the Longbeards, I guess. Meanwhile, out here, Kolek had to withdraw because he took a lot of damage from the Iron Breakers. or Iron Drake, sorry. And now he's going to harass our miners. Now he's going to go into our Dwarf Warriors. And I think he's also going to start going back into our Iron Drakes because we're going to start firing into him again. Meanwhile, Dwarf Lord is still hanging on strong, and we are managing to rout some of the Chaos Warriors and Chaos Marauders. Dwarf Warriors doing a good job at holding line because they have infinite morale because they're dwarves. That's not true at all. They do not have infinite morale. They do have a very high amount of it, especially when supported by leadership nearby. Just getting a lot of free hits here on Kolek Sun Eater, doing a lot of good damage to him with our 2 Iron Drakes who are still relatively untouched. Like, they got the 1 charge with the Chariot, but that's all that Chariot got because they got surrounded by Slayers and took a lot of Troll Hammer torpedoes to the face. Now we're going to diverge our Slayers over here and over here to try and assist. Actually, I don't even know why I sent Slayers over here. Just send them over here because this is where the Skin of Wolfraken is, the Throg, and the Ice Trolls. These Slayers are going to get hit with the Thunder Spell, which kind of hurts, but it is what it is. We're still trying to pound Kolek with the Iron Drakes. A lot of stuff happening. Fire Sorcerer going to come back in with some non-routing Chaos Marauders. And now we're going to pull over here away from the Throg fight. You can see my allies going to sit in there, Northern Wing Iron Breakers into these Chaos Marauders. We're sending what we have left in reserve against these Chaos Warriors. I guess we do still have these Longbirds though that have been relatively untouched and keeping them in reserve as well. Meanwhile, Kolek is out here because he is afraid of our Iron Drakes as he should be, but since he is way out here, I'm not going to chase him. I'm still going to use this time to shoot into the Chaos Warriors with our anti-armor, but you can see that he is going to start going around like this. So I'm like, well, I mean, I see him coming. We'll fire another salvo into the Chaos Warriors and try to assist our Dwarven Warriors up here. You can see this fight is going really well with the support of my ally. And so now we're going to adjust our fire after that one last salvo routing these Chaos Warriors. And now we're going to start firing once more into Kolek. Slayers in here on the Skin Wolf Werkin. Dragonback Slayers on the Throg. You can see he's going to break through our Dwarf Warriors. But right when he gets to the Iron Drake line, he just gets pounded by so many torpedoes there in the face, which makes him die. And then it's going to lead to an enemy chain rout. So good game to Artemy, Noel Wiz, and Mamalox. For me, my MVPs would probably be the Iron Drakes because they took out a Chariot. They did a lot of good damage to the clumped up large forces of Noel here, and then just sniped Kolek. It took a long time though to snipe Kolek, but they did do that. Besides that though, Dwarf Warriors of both kinds held for a pretty long time considering they were fighting against Chaos Warriors with great weapons, which are an excellent counter to any Dwarf unit in the game. I guess maybe except for Slayers. So yeah, they held on pretty long. They even got a ton of kills too, like 48 for a unit that costs 550. Is that right? Brain? Checking my brain. I think that's 550, 500, 550. Anyway, they're pretty cheap, and they did fairly well against the Chaos Warriors. Wasn't expecting them to win, but they did hold for a long time. Then for my ally here, their all melee force did prevail against Throg and their... Again, an odd army choice with 3 Skin Wolves that are geared towards anti-large. I don't know why they did that. I guess they just want to be thematic, which is Trolls and Wolves. But my allies' force did really well, supported by the Rune Lord, keeping them alive for as long as possible. The Ekron Miners got a lot of good Sapphire Charge throws into that clumped up infantry, so that was really good. And then for Mamalox, their Chaos Warriors still did kill a lot of Dwarves. The Chaos Chariot, though, again, we managed to snipe it before it could really do anything. Same thing with the Wolves, because they got killed by Slayers early on. And Kolek still managed to get 65 kills, even though he was under constant threat of that the Iron Drakes. So good game there. Marauders also did pretty good, too, against the Dwarf armor, as they are expected to. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Let's go watch this in a cinematic view. Look at those puppies. Look at those Slayers. Man, these Slayers are loving this situation. What up, Longbeards?
Nothing can stop us! Good. Have at them! Plow through! Throw them out! Get out! Withdraw! Shield bearers home! Plow through! Dowie, attack! Vengeance! Kadoots! Drag out! Take them down! Anu! Move! Strike out! Nothing can stop us! On up! Castle! Charge! Go! Understood, Lord! Fire on the foe! Nothing can stop us! The ranking range fire! Range fire! Go! Move now! Move! Range fire! Move now! Take your target's word! Move! Grimnir, I order thee! Range fast! Come on! Nothing can stop us! Yes! Nothing can plow through! Strike out! Vengeance! Score! Move now! Go! Move! Jump! Survive! Attack! Go! Get out! Kill them! Bastards! Scarf! Move to attack! On charge! Charge! Serve the waters! Accident! Through! Pull out! Take them down! Move now! Plow through! Dwarves! Break the axis!
Very well, Kolek.
Pick your targets well!
God, he was hounded by these two Trollhammer torpedo units the entire match. Finally managed to charge him at the very end, though. I hope you enjoyed the battle, everybody. I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching.